Welcome, Miller's Monsters. I'm Mr. Beelzebub. This is Echo looking at me, wondering what the heck is going on. Behind me is Edgar P. the Scully wearing his paranormal Cirque mask that I got him yesterday, and I'll tell you more about that in another video. But today I want to talk to you about the 1969 Berkshire incident, and this occurred September 1st. 1969 in Berkshire County, Massachusetts, and this is when over 250 people reported strange goings-ons in the air, UFO or lights in the sky, or just mainly back then they weren't calling it UFOs, but something crazy going on in the skies. And what happened from that, I have a few little incidents, and then the most famous incident that occurred from that night. So on that night of September 1st, 1969, like I said, 150 people saw the lights in the sky and the commotion in the sky and all that, and people started calling the local radio station. And about 40 people, different people, called the radio station and, told the DJ about the goings-ons in the skies, the strange things happening. So there was certainly a number of people involved in this sighting. It's not just one person, it's 40 people that called the radio station. So it's, it could be explained as mass hysteria. But I would say they definitely saw something going on in the sky. Okay, so one of these reported incidents is about a family that was near Lake Mansfield, and they saw these lights. And the father of the family decided, I'm going to find out what these lights are and drive by it. And then suddenly their car was engulfed in light. And Melanie, the one daughter, remembers being brought into the spacecraft being escorted into a room with other children, and then the children started disappearing one by one. And then she she then woke up by the lake with lost time and had to walk herself home. Her sister that was in the car and apparently also abducted doesn't remember anything from that. Again, it seems like we've had this mass sighting, and then people are now remembering certain things. Is it for self-promotion? Is it not? Is it, a dream that came from this frightening experience? I'm sure it was. I'm not a psychiatrist. I would never know. But then there is the story of Thomas Reed. And I'll tell you about that after I give you a minute to hit that subscribe button, hit the bell, hit the like button, set yourself up for notifications so you don't miss another episode. Tell your friends to like and subscribe and watch us as well. I thank you in advance, and also I would love to have your comments, pictures, drawings, stories about close encounters you've had. You can send that to me at tim@millersmonsters.com, and let me know if you'd like me to share that with our friends, and I would be happy to do so. Alright, in 1969, Thomas Reed, his mother, grandmother, and brother had just driven across an old covered bridge in Sheffield, Massachusetts, and that's when they saw a bright light rising from the Housatonic River, and they had no idea what was going to happen. Then the car stalled, though, and they were all suddenly what Thomas described as what looked like an airplane hangar. And inside this hangar, you said the fluorescent lights were just something like he's never seen. He got a glimpse of the hallways, and they kind of were in a Y shape, and they were then taken back to the original room they started from, and they felt it had only taken a few minutes, but really they had lost 2 hours, and they were then returned to the same place they were taken from. And his grandmother was in a state of shock. She was wandering down the middle of the road. His mother was unconscious. He woke her up, and they were able to get the grandmother back in the car, and they went back home. He seems to be the most vocal about his experience, and depending on what you read, he's also had other experiences as well. It tells something happening, seeing aliens in his house in 1966, I think it was, and that they had spoken and said the children were going to be used for immunity experiment, and who knows, maybe they were coming back to check and see how everyone was doing in 1969. I don't know, but he did take a polygraph test, and he did pass around 99%, saying he wasn't lying. Of course, we know it depends on the tester and you know, the equipment, and yeah, it's hard to do, but you can fool these things. So, you know, take what you will from that. Now, the interesting thing is that the town seemed to first embrace this UFO hysteria on September 1st, and they eventually, they didn't, but Thomas Reed worked to raise enough money to get a statue built at the site where he was abducted by the UFO. And you know, it was supposedly back then okayed by the city, and the city's historical society recognized that this had happened, and so the statue was put down on the site. And in 2019, the city and the historical society kind of had an about face and decided to remove the statue. So I'm not quite sure where the statue ended out, but what I can make from this is, yeah, there was something going on there that September 1st. Were these people abducted? We'll never know. But you had 250 people, 40 people calling the radio station on the same night, telling us strange happenings. I don't doubt that, you know, perhaps they saw a UFO that night. And then I think after that, these abductions may or may not have happened. I don't, you know, I'm not saying people were out, you know, trying to make money off of this or anything like that. The town doesn't seem to want to even acknowledge it. I don't know why. They should be celebrating it and using it to their, you know, advantage. But you know, who knows? Stranger things have happened. I don't know. I can't make heads or tails of this one. I read a lot of different stories, and there seems to be a lot of different versions of Tom Reed's tale. So I'll leave it at that. I hope you liked what you saw, and please hit the subscribe, ring the bell, set yourself up for notifications so you don't miss another episode. Tell your friends to like and subscribe, and please email me your comments, questions, pictures, true stories at tim@millersmonsters.com, and I will talk to you later.